Start. Shri D.S. Gill pointed out that expenditure on certain facilities provided by an employer was not treated as prerequisites. Full stop. He expressed the view that only taxable prerequisites should be included in the allowance of 1/5 of the salary payable to an employee. Full stop. Paragraph change. The chairman said that the committee should suggest to government that in so far as the calculation of prerequisites was concerned, the ceiling of rupees 1000 should be removed. Full stop. Paragraph change. The board decided to address the Central Board of Direct Taxes on the above issues. Full stop. Paragraph change. The board considered a letter dated 26th October 1971 from Industrial Corporation Limited on the deduction of income tax at source on interest paid to bank on retiring documents for purchase of material. Full stop. Paragraph change. Shri J.S. Gill, explaining the position, said that unless there was some obligation or agreement, interest had to be paid to the bank by the buyer on retiring the documents beyond the due date, which will be passed on by the bank to the seller's banker or to the seller himself. Full stop. If the interest was realized by the bankers of the seller, then tax need not be deducted at source. Full stop. The difficulty, however, was that the buyer will not be able to know whether interest is being realized by the bankers of the seller or the seller. Full stop. Again, the bankers of the buyer will always insist for full amount of the documents and the total interest payable thereon, because they have to remit the amount of the documents and the interest in full to the bankers of the seller or the seller. Full stop. Here also it was possible for buyer to deduct income tax at source on interest paid. Full stop. Paragraph change. The board felt that since the bank was collecting interest from the buyer and passing it on to the seller, the responsibility for deducting the tax at source should be shifted to the bank. Full stop. Paragraph change. As an alternative to the above, the chairman's suggestion that the bank should disclose to the buyer the interest to be paid to the seller and accept the reduced amount from the buyer after reduction of tax at source and issue a certificate to the seller for tax reduction, was accepted. Full stop. Paragraph change. It was decided that a suitable representation be addressed to the Central Board of Direct Taxes on the above lines. Full stop. According to the provision in the above section within bracket introduced by the Finance Act, exemption from income tax of travel concession granted to an employee from his place of employment to his hometown will be available for him up to the distance of the hometown, even if he goes anywhere else in India. Full stop. This means that if a person with hometown in Bombay is employed in Delhi, and if he wants to go to Kashmir, then the exemption benefit will be available to him up to the distance of his hometown from Delhi. Full stop. On the other hand, a person who has taken up a job in his hometown will not be entitled to the benefit. Full stop. Paragraph change. The board decided to address the Central Board of Direct Taxes to amend this provision suitably so that persons who have taken up employment in their hometowns also get the benefit as others. Full stop. The meeting ended with a vote of thanks to the chair. Full stop. Complete.